Today we are joined by the exhibit Studying an Active Volcano with GPS, along with its exhibitors Dr. Sarah Stamps, Kara Williams, Gabrielle Troya, and Miles Mason. They will be presenting to Miss Church's 5th grade class. So with that being said, I'll hand the floor over to the presenters and let them show you their exhibit.
I'm Dr. Sarah Stamps, and I have a few slides to introduce you to our demo on studying an active volcano with GPS. And GPS is the Global Positioning System. So in my group at Virginia Tech, we study this active volcano in Tanzania called Ol Doinyo Lengai. And this is the volcano erupting in 2008. Tanzania is located here in this region of Africa. We know that volcanoes around the world happen in many places, but they tend to be located on tectonic plate boundaries. So this is a map that's showing many tectonic plate boundaries around the world. And you may have learned about tectonic plates at this point, but here I'm showing you many different ones. Some of them are called convergent, which are these arrows that come together in blue. There's also divergent, where the plates are pulling apart, shown as these red arrows. And then there's a transform type plate boundary shown as these yellow arrows. So the volcano we study is right here, located at a divergent plate boundary. This particular volcano is very special because it erupts this grayish white black lava. Most lava when it erupts is not this color. And it is actually white because it has something called carbonatite in it. It's a very, very unique volcano. It's the only one in the world that erupts this carbonatite, like whitish gray material. So you may wonder why we study volcanoes. In our lab, we're interested in this volcano because it may be very important for why continents actually break apart. So this volcano is like this one here. This is a little image that shows the crust of the Earth. Below the crust, we have something called mantolithosphere, and then below that we have asthenosphere. In places where the continents are actually stretching apart, we have volcanoes that can form on areas where the Earth is actually breaking. So we want to know if that interaction is important. Is that volcano right next to the fault? Is it causing the fault to break and slip more? That's a really interesting question that we're trying to answer. We're also interested in this volcano because volcanoes are hazards. They produce lots of ash and lava and pyroclastic surges. Like, they're very dangerous to people. So this is Ol Doinyo Lengai right here, and this is a village that lives pretty close to Ol Doinyo Lengai. And then Ol Doinyo Lengai is also pretty close to an airport. So you may have heard that when a volcano erupts, it puts all this ash into the air, and that can cause disruptions for airplanes. So we're going to show you a demo today about the actual equipment that we use to study Ol Doinyo Lengai. This is Ol Doinyo Lengai in the background. This is a GPS antenna here. And if you can see my video, I have one of these antennas right here. This is the actual GPS antenna, the type that we have in the field. At the figure over here to the right, this is another one of those instruments set up, and it's a little bit closer to the volcano. And so there's several of these located around Ol Doinyo Lengai.
So my name is Karen Williams. I work with Dr. Stamps here in the Geodesy lab. I just started my PhD at Virginia Tech, and this is my first year here. So what we're looking at in this sandbox is a demonstration of a volcano. And as you can hopefully see, there's different colors surrounding it, which represents elevations. The darker, more red colors that you see represents a higher elevation, and the lighter colors and the green touches of it are lower elevations. There are 2 GPS stations set up on the volcano as well that are representing the the GPS stations that Dr. Stamps was just talking about. Underneath the analog volcano is an analog magma reservoir, which is in this sandbox is made up of a balloon, but it represents the inflation of magma into a volcano in the earth. So when I pump it up, hopefully you guys can see that the GPS stations are moving. They can move both up and horizontally, and that should kind of represent a magma reservoir, magma filling into a volcano in the earth.
How many volcanoes are in the world?
USGS currently states that there's 1,500 volcanoes around the world have erupted, and there's about 1,500 active volcanoes according to USGS.
Can you all on the team, can you talk about how you got into geology and studying volcanoes?
I got interested in studying this particular volcano because of that photo I showed you, I think in the very beginning. I'll show you that photo again because it's really quite amazing. I was at this volcano when it was erupting, and it was just phenomenal to be there. And I am really interested in understanding why continents break apart. And so this is a place where continents are breaking apart. And so studying this volcano and understanding its importance in how that breakup happens is just really fascinating to me.
I am an undergraduate student here at Virginia Tech. I became interested in geology and the geosciences through the National Park Service. I loved the outdoors growing up, and I did a lot of rock climbing, which got me really interested in rocks. And I worked at the National Park Service and became very interested in helping protect the environment. And knowing what I knew about geology and the geosciences, I felt that understanding geologic history, how the earth was formed and how all of these different processes like volcanoes and earthquakes and tsunamis influence the environment would be really important to help protecting it. So when I came to Virginia Tech, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Yes, so an undergraduate is the kind of degree, or a bachelor's degree is what you would receive when you are an undergraduate student. And that is the typical degree that you would pursue after high school. So once you're 12th grade, you would graduate, and then you can go on to a 4-year college or university if you choose to do so. And that would be the first type of degree that you would receive.
I have a question for the class. Are there any people in the class that want to be scientists when they grow up? Yeah, I see someone waving their arms. I see a hand. That's cool.
I want to maybe study like volcanoes and stuff. I don't know a lot about them, but I want to try and learn some more about them. I want to know like how the lava is like inside of them, like, and also like when how does the lava not like burn through the volcano and stuff. And I do want to learn some more about how they erupt.
Yeah.
I'm just wanting to know if there's some type of gear or suit that could be used so that you wouldn't be harmed by the lava.
There is protective gear that people will wear, but I don't think it fully protects you from sustained interaction with the hot lava.
So how long have each of you been studying Ol Doinyo Lengai, and do you have any plans on studying other volcanoes in the future?
I've been studying Ol Doinyo Lengai since 2006, I believe. That was my first visit in 2006. And then I will continue studying Ol Doinyo Lengai probably for the rest of my life. So for the young lady who wants to study volcanoes, come on over. You can, we'll still be working on the volcano.
I want to thank our exhibitors and Mrs. Church's class for being such great participants.